Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would do a go through my makeup drawers and declutter and reorganize. And this may be cut up in 1 or 2 or 3 videos, I'm not sure, but I got a cart that I put together that will probably be separately, but I thought we would do that, and that way I can kind of see where I'm at with my makeup, what else I need, what I don't need, and things like that. So if you would like to come along with the journey, keep watching. So here we are. I'll give you a little, we're wrapped around here to the corner with palettes, and I still have a few I can't reach, so we are just going to kind of go through these. This over here is just what I have gotten this year in Ipsy, a few that I have purchased, and things like that, things that I purchased at the sales at the first of the year, when things were still at a pretty good discount. So what I am going to do is I have emptied out my drawers that have my makeup in it. Start putting some of these away, and we will go through them as I put them away. I do want to keep all of my palettes made by the same brands together. I have the ABH number 1, the number 3, and the number 4. I do want to get the number 2 and the number 5 maybe toward the end of the year. I love Norvina formula. I have the Jackie Aina, the Amarezzi, the Soft Glam, the Modern Renaissance, and the Riviera. And I will put these together. Probably more than likely would be ColourPop. This is my ColourPop collection. I have the Wine and Only. I don't want to make this a long showing video. That's the Blush Crush, the Barcoo, the Ornate, and the Grandeur, the Making Mauves, the Stone Cold Fox, and the Bare Essentials, or Bare Necessities. So I will put these. I didn't get a picture of my drawers beforehand. I'm sorry, but they were kind of messed up. I try to keep my newer palettes on this side, my older palettes on that side, and then I have some I don't use, which is my Jeffree Star. I won't get rid of those, and I'm probably going to start using those again because I did pay for those and I would like to use them. Let's see here, my most used palettes. So my favorite palettes of the year have to be the Blends palette by Blend Bunny Cosmetics. It is immaculate. I swear to you, if you do not have this palette, you have to have this palette. The colors blend out tremendously on their own. They are so pigmented, so buttery, so everything. This is my favorite palette, and it does not go in a drawer because I do use it with other palettes to help blend out colors because they blend out so well. My next palette would be the Michaela Glam Light palette. I love this palette. It's just so colorful. It's pigmented. The shimmers, Glam Light's formula is amazing. So those two won't go into a drawer. My Be Perfect Carnival 3 and the Carnival palette. I love those palettes. They are so pigmented. I need to get the other one for the rest of the collection, which is one more of the Carnival palettes, I believe, unless they come out with a new one beforehand. But I love their color. And I would probably put Huda in this drawer. I have the Naughty palette, which I love, and the Rose Gold Remastered palette, which I love. I got one of those in Ipsy, And I got the Brown Chocolates palette, also by Huda, and the Mauve Obsession. The next one, I got this one this year. I think it was around February. The Tartiest, or the Tartlet. It's very beautiful. I love that. Peachy and nudes in there. I will probably put my Sigma Cora di Rosa. That is another one of my favorites this year that I bought. I love the Sigma formula is amazing, and this is a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. So I will put that one in there. My Naked 3 palette, which was and also my Natasha Denona Glam and Love palette. I use those quite often, and the Mini Love. And I will also put my Sigma Ivy eyeshadow palette. This is the 9-pan palettes. They are so good. I want the rest. Through BoxyCharm, this is the Breakfast at Tiffany's. This is a beautiful fall-like palette. It's got fall colors in it, and it does perform very well. I've worn it several times. I like this, so I will keep this one. I guess I will put my Melt Cosmetics in this drawer because it will fit. I have 2 Melt palettes, which is the Millennial Pinks palette and the She's in Parties palette. Great formula. Good enough. And these 2 palettes I like really well. These are from Ipsy. This is the Viseart palette and the Bellin Argent palette. I love this little palette right here. It is so cute. The pigmentation is there. The shimmers are good. Favorite palettes, Tati Beauty, volume number 1. Tati, please, I don't think you'll ever see this video, but please come out with another palette. We need it. Pigmentation blends out really well, and the glitters are phenomenal. So Tati is going to go in that drawer. And the next palettes would be my Morphe palette. So I have the Morphe, this is the 39S palette. I'll never get rid of that palette. I have the 35C Everyday Chic palette. I love that palette too. I bought the Madison Beers palette at the end of last year. Love that palette. That's a great fall palette. Nude palette. I have, of course, the Jaclyn Hill well, it's not the original, but it's the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1. And then the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2. And I have the 35S Sweet Oasis palette. This is just so beautiful. I think I will put them back over there where I had them. Other smaller palettes in here that I use, which would be the Tartlet palette. My Breakfast in Tiffany's. I got this one size palette through Ipsy, and the formula is not that great. But I still I love that matcha color. The soft serve color is nice, the brownie, the taupe, so I'm still going to keep it. My Ace Beauté palettes, I got the Nostalgic palette. I got that in BoxyCharm or Ipsy, and I've never used it yet. And the Starlit Dusk palette. I would love to have some more of the Ace Beauté. So I'm keeping. Okay, the next brand, I need to find a place for the Buxom. I won this in a giveaway. It's a cute little Buxom palette, good formula. I'm gonna put this one in here with my Melt palettes because they're kind of the same size. And Peachy Queen. I bought the Amethyst palette, which is in a sleeve. Let's see. Get it out here and show it to you. It's a beautiful purple berries. I'm not too thrilled with the pressed glitters, but it's a pretty palette. I got those on a very good sale at the end of last year. The Sriracha palette and the Peachy Queen Ganja Queen palette, which I have not used yet. Need to use that, but very beautiful colors. They got a good formula. They're very well known. My Makeup by Mario palette, that will stay up here because it is all metallics and I can use that in other looks. This palette I bought last year. I will be keeping this one. Formula is good. The shimmers are amazing. CXC Beauty, guys, go check them out. Great formula. I'm keeping this one. I won that in a giveaway. The Spectre Palette by Gourmand Girls. They are really, really good. That is a great brand, indie brand to go check out. Very supportive, very nice. I've got the BH Cosmetics palette, Pistachio palette. Love this palette. Love, love, love. Oh, awesome. I need every single one of the ice cream palettes. And then this is a recent purchase, was the Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag Facelift palette. I love this palette. Love, love, love. So it's going up here in the top. I might end up moving some of these around for the end, but just trying to go through and get some stuff. This is the Okalon Youthful palette. I got that in the Glow Addict box. These are my Hip Dot collections. I own all of these from Hip Dot. They have great formula, great shimmers. They are so stunning. Same palette, so I had to buy a second of those shimmers because they're so freaking good. That is Ellie palette, and this is the Zion. This is the Napa. Great pigmentation. And then I have the C Note palette, which was gifted to me by a friend, which I won't part with. So I gotta find a place for these. Okay, guys, I did a little bit of organization, but I'm gonna go ahead and add the Juvia's Place palettes. I have the mauves, the berries, and the Nubian Coral 3. I'm going to add those over here with my smaller palettes. So I'm going to put Juvia's Place right here in the middle, right there. I did move my Natasha Denona and Huda and my most new used palettes up here. The Venice Fling Estate palette by Bailey Sarian, and I will put those right here because I do grab from my Nikki. And I did move all my smaller palettes up here. So let's get started over to the other side. Okay, so usually my Morphe palettes always go in this bottom drawer right here. And I think I'm going to continue to keep them there because if I move them, then I'm going to get lost and say, where's my palette? So all my Morphe goes right here in this bottom drawer. I do have one more Morphe palette that I am going to give away, and that is the James Charles palette. Don't support him any longer, but they have great formula. I got this in Ipsy. I only have 2 drawers over here that I can put shadow palettes in because I have so many lashes, so I really need to go through my lashes and give some away because I have way too many. And I will be doing that in this video also, is giving away some stuff. And then I have the Cake palette by Glam. Love this palette, but I like to keep her in her thing. And then I have the Ice Cream palette. So I am going to include Glam over here in this drawer since I have the 2 bigger palettes. But now the donut palettes, they stay in their boxes and I will use them as needed. Y'all need to go. Y'all need to go. We'll go ahead and put the Michaela palette on top of that one. Put my Jeffree Star palettes, the 3 that will fit in the drawer beside of the Michaela Glam Light, because I am, like I said, I am going to start using those again. And I will go around and show you everything that I have done when I'm finished. Then it had this Side by Side nude palette by Nabla in it. I love a lot of the Nabla stuff. It's just this is really not my color story, but I am going to keep it because they have some beautiful shimmers in here. I have this Jaclyn Hill Bring on the Bling. The formula in this palette isn't great. It is patchy, but I love this color, the Bling Bling and Blast and Blitz and Zoom. I love these colors and I don't want to get rid of it because I can fix them. Like with other palettes, like the Blends palette would be a good one to use to help blend that out. I love my Blends palette, man. Y'all need to get that Blend Bunny palette. And then I have two Alter Ego palettes. This is a dupe for the, I think, the Huda palette. And it's good formula. It really is a good formula. They are an indie brand. They dupe a lot of palettes, Natasha Denona, Huda. And they have a great formula. It's $15, $16, $10. I don't know. I think I got these on a sale. This is the dupe for the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. Gorgeous palette. Love it. I need to get some more of their newer palettes that they just come out with formula. So I won't be getting rid of these. Okay, so here's where we're at. We have all those, and I put some up here to get them out of the way. This drawer should be for makeup, and it is nothing but full of Lash Scoop lashes. So I have to go through these lashes. I have a friend of mine that could use some lashes, and I think I'm going to send them to her. So I might do that in between taking care of the rest of these. I have the iconic, let's say, this was a hot mess, this release from BoxyCharm, because it's supposed to be the iconic London palette, but by Iconic London, but it's made in the PRC. So that tells you that it is not the Iconic London formula. They just had them make a new palette they could put in BoxyCharm. So I don't know for sure if I'm going to keep this one or not, but that's there. I have one Colored Rain palette, which I love. A very good friend of mine gave this to me, and I will not be getting rid of it. Great formula, great brand. Black owned business if you'd like to support. I have two Dear Katie Brown palettes. So I have this glitter palette. Her glitters are really nice. And then I have her first ever palette that she came out with, and this is called the Soul palette. So I'll be keeping this. I have the original Midas Cosmetics Flower Bomb palette. So I will be keeping this. Midas is another indie brand, a small indie black owned brand that are amazing. Great formula. My Coven Cosmetics palette, which I won't be getting rid of. I like the formula. It's really good. And this palette I got from Ipsy. I have never used this palette, but I am going to keep it for the shimmers. I have my two Pixie by Petra palettes. I have four. I have the two eyeshadow palettes and then the highlighter and bronzers. And they're in my bronzer drawer, which we still have to go through. I gotta hurry this up. So those are there. I'll be keeping those. Those were PR. I do have my Makeup Geek palettes, which was before the revamped formula, and I will be keeping these. And these are their duochrome. This palette, I'm thinking about gifting this to someone because this is and I love Hank and Henry, don't get me wrong, but this formula just wasn't for me, so I think I will gift this to a good friend. It's only been used once. Chroma Fusion palettes, and I keep these because I use these on clients. My blush palette, my eyeshadow palette, so I'll be keeping those. Of course, I have the Blue Blood, which I'd love to have the green one. I have the red, the Blood Sugar. And then, of course, the Bloodlust palette. And I have not touched these since all the controversy with Jeffree, but I do want to start using them again. And it's a beautiful palette, but I will be putting this over here in this filing cabinet with my bigger palettes, like my Glam Light and my Jeffree Star will go over here. It's a pretty deep filing cabinet, so I'm going to go over here and start putting some of that in. Okay guys, I'm back. This is the Pie palette they came out with fall of last year from Glam Light. Love it, love it, love it. And I do keep these in their boxes. This is the Donut palette. This is probably my favorite out of the donut shaped palettes. So pretty, Belinda. I can't help but play. When I start to mess in makeup, I play and swatch. And Glam Light's formula is amazing, guys. You have got to go check them out. And then, of course, I have the original Glam Light Donut palette, which is all the pretty summer looking colors. This highlight, though, woo, so stunning. They have one of the best formulas out there. So they are going in the back of this big, deep box, or in the front with my big Jeffree Star ones. I'm also going to put my Mary Kay blush palette and eyeshadow palette in there. I'm going to have to wait and put these Makeup Geek and the Peachy Queens up after I go through my eyelashes. But I do have some palettes to gift or re-gift or declutter, whatever you want to call it. So, of course, I am giving away the James Charles palette. And I will either give these to friends or very good supporters if they want them. The Morphe Manny MUA Glam palette, I didn't really care for this formula. I used it once, which I love Manny's formula, but this formula right here just didn't do it for me. And so I'm going to gift this. It's practically new. I'm going to gift this little Nana Coco Quad. I'm going to gift the Pixie by Petra eyeshadow palettes. And I'm going to gift the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice palette. I really don't care for that one. And the Hank & Henry Sex Talk palette. And I'm not sure on this one. I'm not sure on the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette. We are going to go through the bronzers and highlighters and blushes.